welcome to the garage. I'm Sean, and today I'm taking a break from building the Revell big boy locomotive to circle back to a previous video about the Gaahleri markers. And if you remember back to that video, Gaahleri had given me an extra set and asked me to do a giveaway. So I am doing that. I had a lot of comments, all positive. It seems like everybody liked those colors. It was a long video, but I had a lot of fun coloring each one of those. So I tried to chapter it out so that you didn't have to go through the whole hour-long video. But anyway, a lot of comments, but only one question, and that was from All RC Fun. So by default, All RC Fun wins the markers, so I will send those your way. If you want to shoot me an email at powersmodelgarage@gmail.com, just with your address. I know your name because we've communicated back and forth a few times, but send me name, address, information, and I will get those shipped out to you on my dime. Not a problem. And thank you for the question. Now, his question was, what is your favorite part of the model/RC hobby? The answer to that is the build. My dad got me into it when I was a kid. My first RC car was the Frog in, I want to say like 1987-ish, give or take. I was like 10, somewhere in there when I got the Frog, and that was the first time I ever he built it, but I sat there with him and, handed him this part or handed him the screwdriver, whatever. I mean, I helped him as much as a 10-year-old can. But it was fun. I still remember that to this day. And then as I got older, I had a couple other RC cars. The first one I built by myself was the RC10 Graphite. I built that one without any help. I think I was young high school when that one came out, or high middle school, something like that. I don't know. I don't remember. And then I also built a Kyosho gas on-road car when I think it was like a senior in high school or something like that. So those are the three that I built as a kid. And all met some horrible demise. The Frog, of course, in the 80s, if you had a car, it had to jump. You had Dukes of Hazzard, Knight Rider, all the cars, if it was doing anything, had to jump. So RC cars had to jump, and the jump had to get bigger and bigger until finally the Frog jumped too high and broke. The RC10 Graphite hit a curb and cracked the chassis, and the gas on-road car, we had an abandoned tennis court that was still really smooth in my town, but the concrete posts for the nets were still there. And this thing was fast, and the throttle got stuck, and of course went head on into that pole, cracked the gas tank, and there was a fire, and that one was gone. So I don't have any of those back. Of course, I have the Frog re-release, and if Team Associated ever re-releases the RC10 Graphite, I'll be all over that. And then I got into, my dad also built models. I remember the first model he built, I don't know how old I was pretty young, but it was a B-17 Bomber. He built it and hung it in the ceiling in my room. And then he had a couple others. I remember the other one was like a P-40 Warhawk. So he liked the World War II planes. So I grew up first just putting them together, and then slowly learning how to paint them and all that sort of stuff, all through college. And then when I graduated college, of course, getting that first job and everything kind of took over. And then just after COVID, because we had, nothing to do, I picked it back up and started building models again. But my favorite part is the build. With RC cars, the problem is you can only build them once. So if you want to build it again, you got to buy a new one. Logan and I have 20 cars now. And although that's not a lot for some of the other folks on YouTube, that's a lot for me. I only have so much wall space and so much garage space. So when I get the itch to build, I still do the scale models in between. Plus, it's cheaper. I mean, a scale model can be anywhere between $10 and $50. RC cars start at 100, 150 and go on up to 500. So, or more. So I can only build so many of those. 'Cause yeah, I just enjoy building them. love the creativity of it. So, but anyway, thank you to everybody who commented and watched that video about the markers. It was a lot of fun. Thank you to Gaahleri for sending the extra markers to give away, and I did take care of that. And I'm going to get back to building this model for my hopefully next video. I still got a little ways to go, so maybe, maybe not. We'll see. But anyway, thanks for stopping by the garage, and take care.